Good morning, guys. Long time no see. Yeah, I set my trap, my snare, spring pole snare setup last night. And this is the result. Good morning, good morning. Let's see if we can't catch this guy here. And he's gonna want to try to bite me. He's gonna want to try to bite me. Don't you bite me, buddy. Don't you bite me. Yeah, this worked good, guys. This thing worked good. I got to get him out of the snare. So let me get him out and then I'll show you what I got going on here. Okay, guys, I got him out of the snare. Couldn't find my snare catch pole. I've got misplaced it somewhere, so I got to build another one of them or find it. But I made up a quickie, just a PVC pipe, and I shoved double line through and made a loop. So yeah, let's let this boy go. He's not hurt a bit. Get. You don't know he's released, guys. Go on, go on, go on, go on. He's thinking about it. He says, man, I've been stuck in this thing all friggin' night long. I got no clue. I had him on, I had him on my trail cam. But what was dumb was I had my street light on over here and the camera was shining right into that. And so anyway, yeah. You back up a little bit, maybe you'll figure it out. Come on. No, he said, I'll fight you. I'm tired, I'm hot, I'm tired, I'm gonna fight you. Yeah, I had the camera setting right there, shining, you know, coming back here on the strap set. And this thing worked absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna show you here in a second, as soon as he gets gone, how I set this up. But once you catch him in your cable, see, I use, yeah, he says, I'm gonna get out of here. He said, man, I'm sore. Man. He said, I'm sore, I'm out of here. It's been a long night. Oh well. I think I hurt his feelings. Yeah. So anyway, always have, if you're gonna do this, buy yourself a pair of nice cable cutters. These are Hi-C. I've had these things since, oh God, the late 70s. I've never sharpened them. Used to long line shark. We used the 16th cable also for long line sharks back in them days. Yeah, this is a Hi-C's H7, and this has been ideal. I've had other ones, but this has been through umpteen wars, and I use it on the trap line a lot. Don't do sharks anymore. They shut that down. Government shut that deal down. They said no more long lining sharks, thank you. Anyway, that's a very good tool. You need one of these. You're not going to get a coon with this setup here out. If you want to, you gotta get a catch pole. But they kink up the snare cable so bad you can't reuse it. As you can see here, it's all twisted up. This is my little eyelet I showed you before that I made with just wire. And let's clear out this crazy debris here. I just cut saw palmetto fronds like this, and I make a little cubby. Stick them in, put them on the back side, around. Boy, I chewed my can up a little bit here, but it's still usable. It's usable, it's fine. I just bend the wire back out. You see I tied it here. Otherwise, if you don't, they're going to grab that can and run in the woods with it. Then you're going to lose your nice firing pin. This is my firing pin right here. I'm going to redesign this too, by the way. See, it goes through there. I'm going to redesign this cage setup to where it's a more solid deal. But what happens here, you can use a tree for this, but I wanted to get this thing out in the open, because in that jungle right now, the bugs are absolutely terrible. So I did a setup in there and they fired the trap, but I didn't build my cubby right because the bugs were eating me alive in there. So I said, heck with it. To demonstrate this thing, I'll come out here in the yard. And I pounded in this 2x4. And then I screwed in my little trigger mechanism. All that is a piece of aluminum angle iron, 1-inch angle iron. And you can see I put in these 2 little eyelets here. They're threaded on the bottom. And that safety pin comes through here like so. Comes right in there like that. That's all there is to it, guys. And then this little eyelet here that I made up, you pull this spring pole down and you put it right in there in between. So when he pulls back on this can, which they're going to, they get mad. They can't get these sardines. What I do is fill that with sardines in there. I drop the lid, then I pile some on top. And once I set everything up, I bait the trap first, and then I put in my palmetto fronds all the way around. And I come out to I come out like a kind of a V. But then I took two long palmetto, and I came up and I stabbed one in here and one in here, and I brought them together at the top about this far out. And then I put string at the top to hold it together. All that was for is to hold my snare. And then I put my snare on this side, not on that side, on this side, because when this thing fires, it's coming back this way. And it lassoed him perfectly, just like I thought, right around the midsection. So yeah, this will work for coons. I don't know if a house cat will grab that can and try to pull it, but coons and possums definitely will, because they don't want to be in this confined area. They're going to want to grab that can and pull it back. Well, when they do, all they have to do is pull it about that far. Very little, about 1/2 of an inch. Because I pull that pin back, boy, this whole area just stinks of possum. He's been peeing and pooping in this thing all night, and it is smelling like possum, let me tell you. Yeah, these are the fiberglass rods you get at Tractor Supply for electric fencing. They're 4 foot long, so I overlap them, and I put 4 pieces of tie wire here and just twist it tight, and then I wrap it with Gorilla Tape to keep the wires from sliding. So that pole's basically, I got about 1 foot in the ground, and yeah, it retains too. It really, it doesn't, it retains memory. What I'm trying to say is, now they keep working at it. This loop here that I've created, you create 2 loops is what you do. This big one here, this one's just the trigger loop. This is just the trigger loop. You've got a big one here that your snare goes through. And this thing, I'm gonna have to redo this thing because they've got it about shredded out, see? But they twist the cable up so much, it's not reusable. But in the ground here, I've got a double anchor system that you hammer into the ground. And then to retrieve it, they're pretty cool. One cable goes, you hammer it in the ground with a steel rod, and then you hook this one here with a rod and you pull it, and it'll reverse the dog, and it'll come on out of the ground. So this is a very good survival trap, cheap. You could load up a bunch of these in your backpack, rig up some of these catch cans, the trigger, the pin system, a little bit of cable. You can use a natural tree branch in the woods, and you can run a bunch of these things. And as long as you got a minnow trap, a small crayfish trap to catch your bait in the creeks. You don't have to buy bait. You can use natural bait that you catch, also trap. You can bait up your traps with that natural bait. The longer it sits in there, the more it smells, the more the critters come. All right, guys. Oh, we got Mr. Bunny out here, Mr. Marsh Rabbit, this morning, having a snack. Oh, he's a good-sized rabbit. That's a good-sized rabbit right there, guys. All right, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.